The soft hum of the train filled the cabin as snow-covered landscapes slipped past the window like a moving painting. Outside, everything looked calm and untouched, blanketed in white, while inside the carriage, warmth wrapped around us gently. The heater hummed quietly, mixing with the faint clatter of wheels on the tracks, creating a rhythm that felt almost meditative. "Dry your hair and come drink the matcha latte," Mom said softly, holding out a warm cup. Steam curled into the air, carrying a rich, earthy aroma. "It's really good," I smiled, running a towel through my damp hair before taking the cup. The first sip was comforting creamy, slightly bitter and perfectly warm. It felt like the kind of drink you remember long after the trip is over. "It's so cozy in here," I said, sinking deeper into my seat. "I'm really glad we finally did this trip." "Me too," she replied, glancing toward the window. "Look at that view outside." The mountains rose proudly in the distance, their peaks disappearing into mist. Snow-laden trees lined the tracks, standing still like quiet witnesses to our journey. The world felt slower here, as if time itself had decided to pause for a moment. We lifted our cups slightly. "Cheers to the journey," she said with a smile. I laughed softly. "I still can't believe we almost missed this train." She shook her head. "Good thing we didn't. I think this trip was meant to happen." A small tray of snacks sat between us. I picked one up and took a bite, surprised by how good it tasted. "This is amazing," I said. "Everything tastes better on a trip." The train curved gently, revealing a breathtaking view and open valley covered in snow, sunlight reflecting off the surface like tiny diamonds. "Look at that," Mom whispered. For a few seconds, neither of us spoke. Some moments don't need words. When we finally stepped off the train, cold air rushed toward us, sharp but refreshing. Our breaths turned into small clouds as we laughed, adjusting our coats. The station was quiet, peaceful, nothing like the crowded places we were used to. As we walked through the town, every corner felt charming. Small cafes glowed warmly from the inside, their windows fogged up from the contrast between heat and cold. Snow crunched beneath our boots, a sound that instantly made everything feel more real. "Wow, look at that," I said, pointing toward a bakery window. Inside, rows of delicate cakes sat perfectly arranged, each one looking like a piece of art. Soft lights reflected off the glass, making them even more tempting. "Oh, Mom, look at those," I said excitedly. She smiled. "We should try them." Inside the bakery, the air smelled sweet and comforting vanilla, chocolate, freshly baked bread. The cashier greeted us warmly. "We'll take 2 of the cakes, please," Mom said. "Here you go," the cashier replied, carefully placing them into a box. "Enjoy." "Thank you so much," I said. "You're welcome," they smiled. "Have a good trip." Outside, we found a small bench and shared the cakes slowly, savoring every bite. The cold made the sweetness stand out even more. It felt like one of those simple moments that somehow become unforgettable. Later that evening, we finally arrived at our destination. The house stood quietly under falling snow, lights glowing softly from inside. As soon as the door opened, warmth spilled out to greet us. "Danny, hey!" someone called out. "You're finally here," Danny said, pulling me into a hug. "We missed you so much." "I missed you too," I replied, laughing. "So much." Mom stepped in, smiling as she looked around. "Oh my gosh, look at you," she said affectionately. The kitchen was already alive with sound, gentle bubbling, clinking utensils, laughter. A hot pot sat in the center of the table, steam rising eagerly as if inviting us closer. "This hot pot is perfect for the snow," Danny said, handing us bowls. "Cheers to a wonderful trip," Mom said. We raised our glasses, the steam warming our faces. "Heat," Danny joked, laughing. "Heat," we repeated, smiling. "Let's eat." The first bite was everything we needed. Warm broth, rich flavors, fresh ingredients. It felt like comfort in its purest form. Outside, the snow continued to fall silently, but inside, the room was filled with warmth and laughter. "These noodles are amazing," I said, genuinely impressed. "Oh my gosh," Mom added. "This is incredible." Danny laughed. "We have to come back next week." I nodded. "Honestly, yes. It's perfect for the cold weather outside." Laughter echoed through the room as stories were shared, jokes were made, and time seemed to stretch. The world outside didn't matter anymore. All that mattered was this moment, this table, this warmth, these people. Later that night, after the dishes were cleared, we moved into the living area to settle in. "Let's get these set up," Danny said, pulling out blankets. "Is the other mattress under here?" I asked, crouching down. "Yeah, I think so," he replied. We worked together, spreading blankets, arranging pillows, turning the space into a cozy resting area. The soft rustle of fabric and quiet music playing in the background made everything feel peaceful. As I finally lay down, wrapped in warmth, I listened to the distant sound of wind outside and the quiet breathing of everyone settling in. My body felt tired, but in the best way possible, the kind of tired that comes from a day well spent. I stared at the ceiling, smiling to myself. Some trips are about destinations. Some are about views. But the best ones are about moments like these: shared warmth, simple joys, and the feeling